Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Just found out Marco's going to be boots on the ground tonight for a little heat action.
Boots on the ground.
Your headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know.
Oh, he's got that red truck for Heat and Panthers.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be watching little Heat Nuggets tonight too, Marcos?
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna be doing a full report. It'll be my first time at the arena this season. First time since they changed it to Kaseya, actually.
Really?
So they're gonna get the full Art God boots on the ground experience.
Are you going with the missus? Who are you going with?
No, not the
brother
missus or the baby. My cousin this time.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll be able to hold the camera while I do my serious journalism. What
So
section
what are you
sit in,
doing? You
Mama?
doing like a fans on the street thing?
You know what? I didn't even think of exactly what I'm going to do because a real artiste just kind of shows
flow.
up.
I understand.
Things happen. So we'll see. If you see me there, just say Frog Boy. I know exactly who you're talking to, and I'll say what's up.
All right. So be on the lookout for Marcos. I'll be there as well.
Sweet.
I will be there for Heat and Nuggets tonight. Probably the last real signature game for Miami the rest of the. I mean, they got the Warriors, but the Warriors are not as good as Denver is. You know, there was this the whole thing. I think the Heat are like 0-10 against the top 5 teams this year.
Not a fan of that.
It's not been good. It's not been good so far with having that stage. They've been much more competitive over the last couple of matchups against these elite teams, but you would like to get one. Jimmy Butler's probably missed practice today because he was sick. Tyler remains out. Tyler's up to nine straight games missed with this foot injury.
That is strange.
I'm not feeling great about it.
I told you when you don't really know what the injury is and you start missing substantial time in the foot, there's a lot of bones and there's a lot of action in the foot, right? So yeah, I'm worried because they haven't even given like updates, nothing.
J-Fig says she's going to be there too.
Yes, I think we should find you and make you love us in public.
You guys can find me. It's going to be a long walk for you guys, but go ahead. Come and find me.
That's so true. It's going to be such a long walk.
I'm not walking up there, but if you guys want to come find me, by all means.
I'm obligated to say hi to one person and one person only. Tommy Tig.
Of course.
Got to say hello to Tommy. That's about it.
I mean, Tommy's still going to be pretty far from you. He's going to be like in the Bacardi lounge. So
He will also, he'll also be very upset at me as well as to why I'm ruining his mojo on game day, but I just love him.
Love him too. He's a pro's pro, man. Nothing is better than the Tommy Tig Miami Heat monologue to get you going.
So good.
Love it.
I need you to keep an eye out today as to who's coming out of that locker room first to warm up.
Why?
Because we're trying to see who replaced Kyle Lowry as the hardest worker in the room.
Oh, who's like the first guy to warm up?
Yeah, like you mentioned
I'll
before,
check. It's going to be somebody really young. The last game that I went to was the Jazz game.
Yeah.
And that was a weird one because I think they had a late shoot around. So the first person to come out wasn't there until basically pretty close to tip off, and it was like Duncan and Bam.
Oh, wow.
So that I don't think because they're usually like the 4th or 5th. So I don't know. I don't have a good grasp of that yet.
I'm interested.
But it's nobody. I don't think it's anybody. Maybe it's Patty Mills. Maybe Patty Mills gets there super early.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is this his first home game?
No.
Dude. Oh, he debuted at home?
They just played.
At home.
It's been like 4 days.
It has been. It's been a couple days.
Quite some time.
It has been a couple days, but no.
Do you want to remember Washington?
I don't.
It
was an awful night.
Yeah, it's probably
what is the line tonight? Do we know what the spread is for tonight?
I don't know. I accidentally deposited an extra $20.
Oh wow!
My Hard Rock account. So
you put back the money that you spent on my ridiculous parlay where you tried to win $6,000.
Yeah. And I almost did if it wasn't for that pesky clock.
Denver is a 3.5-point favorite tonight.
Oh yeah, I did hear that actually. For some reason, these late night CBS radio people were telling everyone to hammer Denver. They're totally going to cover, and it bothered me even more.
I mean, the Heat haven't beat Denver at home since 2018.
We're due.
We are due.
We're due.
We are due. But we're talking a Heat team that had Roddy Magruder on it. You know, it's been a while, dude. They have not.
I mean, because they've been really good for quite a.
They've been good. The Heat. I mean, the Heat barely win in Denver. They didn't win any games against them in the finals last year at home. So it's been a while. God, that game 3. Oh.
Man, I don't even like these lines set at the player props. This tells me we're gonna lose. Like I'm looking at the over-under for our best players, and it's like 19, 15, 21.
Well, this is gonna be an interesting thing because Jimmy Butler did not have a good finals, and everybody kind of chalked it up to did he just wear down? But Denver seems to have a good method with him. I mean, Aaron Gordon does a really good job against Jimmy Butler. He's really big.
Here's what they do. They're big as hell.
They are big as hell.
So while we sit there saying they really do a good job against, they're giants. They do good against everybody because they're huge.
Yeah, but here's the thing that's tough. Like you're gonna have Bam did a really good job in that last matchup against Joker. I would venture to guess Joker has not had a game that bad all year. With what Bam did.
But he only scored 40.
No, he scored like 15 points. Like Bam did a really good job against him.
He did.
But the thing is, Bam also
didn't do well because he was working on one side of the ball.
He's got to go in there and he's got to stop the Joker,
which makes it tough on him, man. He has the toughest job on that team because he has to lock down in some instances, like when you go against Luka, when you go against Porzingis, right? Like there's guys that are huge that can play in the paint, that can stretch him out, and he's just working his tail off. Then you get to the offensive and you dump it into him, and it's like,
yeah. So you're gonna need to see, I think, Jimmy have one of those games tonight, and it's tough because this is Aaron Gordon
counterpoint. Somebody else could pitch in.
Yeah, but you do need your best guy, especially with no Tyler. Like you're gonna need
I got you,
or you need like a crazy dunks game from 3, something
exactly.
You need somebody to light this thing up like a Christmas tree, because the Heat. I'm looking back at that last game. Could be Jaquez. Jaquez, listen to Spo yesterday, and Spo was saying he thinks Jaquez is now playing his best ball of the season. That he is
broke through the wall.
He did not use the term rookie wall, but he had said that he thought at a practice yesterday that he was playing his best ball, and I think Jaquez has found something over these last few games. Now, adding a little bit of a 3-point game has helped because his 3-point shot after the All-Star break, whew! I mean, it was brick city for Jaime Jaquez. So now you could trust him a little bit more from downtown in those spots. It's not all going to be the beautiful footwork, which we've come to fall in love with Jaime. But this is one. This is one that I definitely want tonight. That I would love the Heat to go out there and be able to defend their home court against an incredible team. And see if they can get this one, but it's not gonna be easy. That
we're due though.
Gigantic Serbian, wizard.
We did what he's able against him last time.
We did, but it still wasn't enough because
lost.
Michael Porter Jr. was nuclear in that game.
That's rough.
Not was also again, another giant.
Yeah, Jamal Murray did get hurt in the middle of that game too. So
fair.
And he's been lighting it up.
Oh man, he hit so many big shots in that finals. Like every time it felt like the Heat were making a run, Jamal Murray just had a 3 to just shut the crowd the hell up.
Yeah,
it was rough to watch. And it's tough because in another world I would like Jamal Murray because he's a big UFC fan, but for tonight he can go to hell.
That's fair.
He wouldn't want. He was like, I saw his last press conference over the weekend on Saturday, and he was like wasn't paying attention because everybody's asking him questions, and you could see that he was watching UFC 299 on his phone.
Yeah, that's fair. That's honestly like. The Lakers, they got lucky. We were injured. The Nuggets, I looked at that series. I was like, they're just better than us.
Yeah, they're good.
It felt bad.
Yeah, they're really good. It was a hopeless feeling because it felt like every single time Miami got something, they just hit a big shot, and it was a killer.
Yeah,
and that was a series where Michael Porter Jr. stunk up the joint too.
Yeah,
he was terrible. I remember thinking too, I had such a false sense of confidence because after game 2, when the Heat won in Denver, because it was such a big thing, everybody made about the altitude, and I really thought like. Some of the quotes, some of the things Malone was saying, I really thought that Miami had them.
Yep.
And man,
you always think Miami has them.
No, but
I seemed defeated after that.
I thought that they seemed to show, and it's just nothing. He's a really good coach. He's a really good coach. They're a great organization.
Well, but here's the kicker: he has really good players, and he's a really
he's
good
got
coach.
The best player,
right?
He's got the best,
and they're all like, they look like monsters out there.
Yeah,
they're all like. Is anybody under 6'5", including point guards?
Maybe Murray's like on the border.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you're dealing with, because our point guard is 6'1",
6'2". Don't do that to him.
Scary Terry.
He's 6'2".
Basketball 6'2".
Basketball 6'2".
Okay.
Jamal Murray 6'4".
6'4".
You're allowed to have one.
Okay.
But the rest of them, wingspan and height.
Right.
Very annoying. Very, very annoying.
Look, I think the thing you have to do with Denver is force Joker to play a up-tempo game. Right? The other guys can run. But if you get him running and get him with his hands on his knees, you got a chance.
I don't think he gets tired. He just plays at his pace. I don't think
make him not play at his pace.
I don't think you can do that.
I don't think anyone's figured that out. I think we're still trying to figure that out.
And you know what? He shoots the ball like Nowitzki, like just behind his back, over the top.
Very strange.
It's straight. Like,
talk about his horses, maybe.
Oh, that's
That'd
good.
Be good, right?
Like, bam. Okay, trash talk his horses.
Trash talk his horses in Serbia.
we don't even have that kind of track here anymore.
The harness track? There's no harness tracks down here anymore?
No, it closed that thing.
Hialeah doesn't do any races anymore?
I don't think so, but remember they used to have one in Pompano.
They did.
It's closed.
Track.
I think Leroy might be right about that.
What is a harness track?
Harness is
The
like
buggy.
when
Oh my god!
Where
That's
by the way,
horses he has?
by the way, there's no weight limit on the jockey.
What if Bam goes to Joker? He goes, why don't you ride your horse like a real man, like a cowboy?
What do they call them? The flats? Flats?
The what?
Some of them call them flats.
I don't know.
The horses that they ride on instead of calling them thoroughbreds. Flats.
I've always heard it be like, I've never heard flats, but I've heard standard bred because they can
standard.
They're definitely they're artificially
flat classes
bred.
But here's the crazy thing, right? There's different types of trotting.
Yeah.
There's trotting and there's pacing.
Right.
And
your horse is more of a pacer.
And it never fails. When you have the young horses,
yeah,
they'll look all pretty for like half the race, and then they'll just start running.
What if Bam shows up tonight on horseback? He goes, and Bam, what'd you do that tonight? He goes, I ride my horse.
That sounds like something Jimmy would do.
I ride my horse.
I like that too.
Jimmy just walk up.
He goes
in a purple suit.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy shows up on the horseback, and Jimmy goes, hey, why'd you do that? Jimmy goes, I ride my horse like a real man, not in a harness.
Ooh.
And then Joker scores 40.
Yeah.
Dude.
But he has no assists.
Is he, can I ask you a question? Like, between Tatum, Luka, and Joker, Tatum's third, and who you're afraid of, right?
Not even close.
Like, it's crazy.
I wouldn't even put him on the list.
Those other two guys do everywhere on a basketball court.
Yeah. It's not even close. It's not even close.
I actually don't even know why we mentioned Tatum's name that much. I really don't even understand.
Well, we like, okay, so if we had to come up with it,
you want to talk about the best players in the league? This is what you want to do right
the
now?
guys that Joker's won.
Yeah, Joker's won.
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
Lucas too, though. It has to be.
Luka or
do you want me to give you the top scorers right now in the league?
Sure.
This just helps with this.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic, 34.6 points per game.
So, okay. He may be number one, dude.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis,
oh my God,
Kevin Durant.
I forgot about Giannis. I was going to say KD.
Kevin Durant, Spida at 28 a game.
Wow, that's impressive.
Devin Booker, 27.5. De'Aaron Fox, 27. Tatum is 8th.
8th? Oh, yeah.
Steph Curry is right behind him.
Behind De'Aaron Fox.
Tatum Fox is a baller.
He is a baller, awesome. But no one ever is like, okay, let's put him.
That's because they always talk about Sabonis. For some reason, I don't know why. When you talk about Sacramento, the first name out of everybody's mouth is Sabonis.
He had like 42 double-doubles in a row. So, I mean, he had a pretty good
The
season.
big is supposed to get double-doubles.
I mean, yeah.
He's the closest guy to get the rebounds.
Bam stuffed him in a locker. As he always does. Takes his lunch money, stuffs him in a locker.
Yeah. I think Anthony
Edwards is you have Jalen Brunson at 10th, just under 27 points per game.
Anthony Edwards scares me more than Tatum.
Anthony Edwards is amazing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Then you have Mr. Pineapple himself, Trae Young.
No, not scared of him.
Then Joker at 26 a game. He's 13th in the league.
13th in the league?
13th in the league because he chooses to be 13th in the league.
He's 13th in the league, but number one on my list.
He chooses to be 13th in the league. Then LeBron. Oh, I'm sorry, Tyrese Maxey. I skipped him. Tyrese Maxey's at just under 26.
Now, he's lightning in a bottle.
LeBron's 25.3.
Where's AD?
24.8. He's right under him.
I think
They have 15, 16.
AD is another. But here's the problem. They don't call him street clothes for nothing. Although he's kind of broken that.
He's played a lot of games this year.
He's played a lot of games.
He's played a lot of games this year. He's he cannot take those jokes. Then you have Damian Lillard, 24.4.
He's starting to. They look good. They look good.
We'll see.
I'm just saying they look good. I'm not saying.
All right, so make your top 5. That's enough, guys.
Of guys that
and then Kawhi.
I'd be terrified of.
Oh,
give me your top 5 guys you're terrified of.
Don't forget that last guy you just mentioned.
Joker.
Okay.
Luka.
Okay.
KD.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards.
Wow.
Ooh.
Because he's just like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis.
Okay. Good list.
Because I like those guys just seem like they can do what they want. Right? Like if you think about it, they can do what they want. They impact the game, rebounding, assists, everything. Right?
Guys I would fear in a playoff series.
Oh, stop. Here it comes. Dude,
what?
Do you know you're playing a stupid game?
No, I want to know.
I think it's a pretty close list.
Yeah.
Go.
Number 5, Kawhi.
Yeah, that's good.
That's still scary. I'm scared of him.
No, that's fair.
Is it because he doesn't talk?
I'm scared of him.
No, he's scary. He really is scary.
He is.
He's
No, I can't disagree.
All right. Number 4, KD.
Yeah,
Very
that's
tall.
fair.
Yeah.
Very tall.
The only 7-footer that doesn't want to be 7 feet. He wants to be 6'11".
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't miss sometimes.
Number 3.
Yep.
SGA.
Damn. Okay.
He's herky jerky.
No, he is.
He's
really
awkward.
Good. He's really good.
Awkward.
I just haven't
But
seen
that's
him
the
do it
same
in the
thing.
playoffs.
Halliburton shoots the ball weird too.
True. No one's scared of Halliburton.
No.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Joker, obviously.
Yeah, you gotta be scared of that.
So
guy.
good.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Here he comes.
Jimmy Butler.
Have to be. No, for sure. That's a good list.
Number
Wait,
one.
That has to be number one.
wait.
Playoff Jimmy, dude.
Where's he been?
What do you mean? Where's he been?
What?
Is it the playoffs?
Not the playoffs.
They lost 3 in a row.
Playoffs.
It's all right.
Jimmy.
He'll be back.
No. But
He was sick. He was sick.
Can I just say this?
We found out.
You know, if you have kids,
Wait. Can I say this? If you and this is fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Denver loses or Dallas loses, you look at their star, they have 40-point triple doubles or 35-point triple doubles. When the Heat lose, Jimmy has 12.
different ways to skin a cat.
No, it's not. It's not. When those other teams lose, it ain't because of their star player.
What does that have to do with fear?
I'm not scared of 12 points.
You're not scared of Jimmy
Sorry.
Butler. You're not scared of Jimmy Butler.
I'm not scared of 12 points.
You're not. No.
No,
Say
I
the
didn't
words
say
out
no.
loud. No. Say it.
not.
I dare you.
Yeah.
I dare you.
I'm
Come
not.
on.
Say I'm not scared of Jimmy Butler.
Come on.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it
Oh! Why won't you say it? Why won't you say it?
Dang.
because I don't want to get caught up in this.
No, you don't. You won't say it because you know that you know it's on the playoff yet. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait.
wait.
What happened last year?
Hold on, Marcos.
Good times.
Say it.
Marcos.
Yep.
A month and a half ago.
Yep.
This dude looked me in the eyes
Hmm?
and said, "It's after the All-Star break. You know what time it is."
Yep.
Right now, after 3-game losing streak, it ain't the playoffs yet.
Where do you see what Jimmy Butler dials up to?
It's you.
Hey, put the phone pot up for a second.
No.
Yeah, sure.
No.
What are you doing right there?
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
You have the option of a national TV broadcast today. Mark Jones is on the call with, can you believe this?
Cool.
JJ Redick.
Oh, your boy.
I mean, look, I got nothing against JJ Redick. Smart guy.
Seems
Yeah,
like
you
it.
keep saying that.
Intelligent,
Seems like it.
entertaining personality, you know, but Leroy, and fix your camera.
He almost ruined dunks.
One could argue he was a bad influence on Duncan Robinson with all this podcast nonsense, because you want to know something? it's enough of JJ Redick. It's just enough of him already. It has nothing against him. I think he's very good at what he does. It's just a little bit much. It's a little bit much of JJ Redick.
You can't say nothing against him while mentioning five things you have against him.
Very positive with the Miami Heat, and I love that already. But it's enough of JJ Redick. And so that ergo, that's why you should watch the Bally Sports Sun broadcast tonight. Anyway. You should watch Eric Reed and John Crotty on Bally Sports Sun tonight. Ron Rothstein, Ron's Rewind. I love Ron's Rewind. Anything that they are going to throw up, any horse bleep they're going to throw up on ESPN tonight, I dare it to try and touch Ron Rothstein. I will say, though, not even Ron could make me feel better about that Wizards game. Normally, whenever there's a bad Heat loss, I go to Ron Rothstein on the television like a glowing, warming light and be like, Rothstein was...
He was even.
He said this was a windshield wiper game. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
You know what it means.
What does it mean?
Just back and forth. Like they're trying to just goad you into chaos is basically what he was saying, which is what they did. And not great.
I always know it's a national televised game because I know what time the national television games start.
They typically start earlier.
Right. Anytime it's like 7:30.
I can find out right now.
I'll always check.
Let me see the rundown.
Because the Heat very rarely
tip off 7:47 today.
Is that the official time?
I feel like
7:43.
Oh, look at that.
7:43. You were close.
Yeah.
You were close. But yes, it is.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I see Mark Jones at the gym.
Do you?
Do you?
He's great.
Yep.
There's look, if there wasn't the option of Eric Reed tonight,
Mark Jones would be the guy.
Mark Jones is the guy I want to hear.
Or
Harlan.
Yeah.
Those are my two faves. I love
Harlan.
But
Harlan's just got a voice for anything.
He's got pipes. I love Mark Jones. It's just
right.
it's enough of DJ Redick already. So I'm gonna listen.
But that's the team.
And if I'm not,
is that not the team now? Mark Jones is going to be with JJ Redick.
No. Well, I think that is their team. Yeah. The number one team though, I think, is Breen and Doris Burke. I think because Doc, you left to go coach the Bucks.
Hey, I told you, baby. I told you.
Meanwhile, Nuggets tonight. No Tyler Hero, who is dealing with a foot injury. No Kevin Love, who's dealing with a heel injury.
Hey, I'm worried about Tyler.
I am too.
Because
been a long time,
and for them only to say foot.
Yeah. And I read something in I think it was Anthony Chang who said he dealt with this in his rookie season. So I'm like, oh great, this is an old injury coming back that you've had before.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I don't want to ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Is he injury prone?
Injury prone, dude.
People don't like saying that word.
Glass.
You don't like that word. You don't like that term. You don't like that term. I don't like it. But
he's been hurt every year.
He has been hurt every year. Been hurt every year. The wrist thing, fluke. That's
right.
Just,
like I'm able to determine, like, oh, that was just bad luck, right?
Dumb play,
but
a fluke.
But foot.
Yep.
For the second time,
he's had foot. He's had he had a bunch of lower body stuff in the year before that.
Right.
His rookie year, he had an injury. So it always does seem like it hits at this point. And he is, he's going to play. Let's just say he played the rest of the games. I think he'd play 52 games this year.
Which makes it tough because you need him to fill a certain role that you don't know how you're going to operate with Terry Rozier. And
I'm expecting the 24-year-old to play more than 65 games a year. That's what you're expecting. You're expecting the
more than
young
Jimmy.
guys to play
more than Jimmy.
Exactly.
More than Jimmy.
Played 36
and have more
games this season.
36 games this season.
30
because he missed 17 from the bad ankle sprain that he had earlier in the year. Jesus. Now he's on another streak, and he's had some little ones in there as well. But yeah, it is concerning.
It's not the foot. He rolled the ankle, and then you go, he missed a game or two here for some. Like, you can't have and injuries.
I know.
Right?
You're fair. That's totally fair. And the thing that sucks about it is, I really want him to have his opportunity.
Right. But you never.
I want him to have that chance.
Can we honestly say we know where Tyler fits in?
No.
Because he hasn't played a substantial amount of time to figure it out.
And that's the thing that's tough about it because
I'm not saying he can't.
I'm not saying he can't either. It's just, it's tough because you've already had that issue this year when Jimmy came back, is that everybody didn't fit in quite the same way. And now if you do get into a bit of a groove with a starting unit and you bring a guy who's a high usage guy in there, takes a lot of shots, has the ball, what does that do? That to me is
tell you right now, Terry Rozier and Tyler cannot play at the same time. They can't.
At the end, just defense? That's what you're concerned about?
No, not defense. Is they both are kind of ball.
Tyler has been playing off the ball more. Like he's been before he got hurt, he was trying to play off the ball more and take more threes. So I give him credit for that.
Okay.
But it's not, and I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And the other thing that I am concerned about, Leroy, we talk about seeding and all this. And look, the Celtics can go to hell, and we'll beat them no matter what series. But if Tyler is going to make a late comeback here, you almost would like a playoff series for everybody to get back into it with. Like, we only got 17 games left. Not a lot.
17 games. He's not even close. Okay, so say if they said, "Oh, he's clear for action at the end of the week," it's going to take a week or a week and a half for him to get.
No, that's
what do they call it?
Readjusted.
No. What do they call it?
Recalibrated.
No, what's the conditioned?
Reconditioning. Yeah, that's
right.
That's the term for the old though.
Right. Okay, but still.
Yeah.
So now you're talking about if they say he's ready for activities at the end of this week, you're talking about a week and a half. So he's going to play 5 games before the end of the season.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot. It's a tough spot for, and it's a tough spot for him, but it's more of a tough spot for Spo because now if you put him in certain roles, you're just assuming he's going to be able to do this. You don't know because you haven't really seen it.
Yeah, the more time he misses, the more you have to really have the talk about him not starting. Just because it's easier for him to recalibrate.
It's also easier to say that because you can lie and say we're going to gradually work you back in.
I think it does make it an easier conversation.
Right.
But let's hear a little bit on tonight's matchup. Now, this was the last time the Heat played the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, after facing Bam Adebayo, had a lot of praise for Bam and their matchup. Here was Joker.
A lot. I mean, I think I said like 4 or 5 years ago when he gets kind of the big role or being one of the best players in the team. I really respect him. Even when he was working out and he didn't play that much, then in his rookie year, whatever, I think he worked out with Howard. I think that was their assistant. I think in the beginning of the 6, 7, 8 years ago or whatever. I really like his game. I think he's really effective in everything what he do. He can guard 1 through 5. He's the kind of glue guy and the guy who is leading them. So it's always a pleasure to battle against him.
All right, high praise from the Joker last time that they
he
squared off. I know. Is he talking about Juwan Howard? Why does he know everything? I don't like this.
He said he worked out with Juwan Howard when he was on the staff.
This Joker, he's got.
He's got. Think about this.
He's got too much intel.
Now, let's think about this. That conversation and what we think we know, Joker. Those two don't go together. The fact that all the things he said about Bam, who he worked out with, all these things, you would be like, I thought all he cared about horses, right?
Here is Eric Spoelstra on the Nuggets coming up tonight.
Yeah, I mean their rotation is a little bit different with the new guys that they have coming off the bench, but what they know how to do is in those key moments of games how to take control, and a lot of times that ends up being end of quarter, end of half, or these swing moments in the second half, the real pivotal skirmishes, as Pat likes to call them. They tend to know how to win those. And that's usually what championship caliber teams that are coming off of a title run. They may not play that most consistent basketball all the way through the regular season, but in those pockets, they know how to win those moments, and then ultimately that helps them just win games, even if they're not playing at that super highest level that they can get to, which they can. They can get to that level, and they did that to us in Denver, and we obviously saw that last night, and even right before we played them, they had some similar games like that where they were down and then just turn the games around, and they were fully in control in the second half.
Yeah, this is one of those games where the Heat have those typical stretches where they can't. You can't afford that tonight.
Oh,
you cannot afford that tonight.
You mean third quarter?
Yeah.
Now I say third quarter, but it's been popping up.
You never know.
Yeah, it's been popping up in all quarters.
It can flare up at any time.
Yes, and like it's like a bad prostate. So I call it third quarter, but that prostate can flare up in the first, the second.
I love how you're comparing it to prostate.
It does. Listen, J-Fig, when it flares up, that hole gets tight. Ain't nothing go in. You laugh. That's a great analogy because they can't make a basket.
Thank you so much for the demonstration, by the way.
Okay.